It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Sunday, September 25th. I'm Michael Groff. Pretty quiet day ahead for us weather-wise around the area today, but changes coming for the forecast as we head into the early and middle part of the upcoming week. Rain chances coming back up, more clouds in the forecast, and temperatures will back off just a bit. Speaking of temperatures, when you head outside this morning, you're going to notice it's quite a bit warmer than this time yesterday. 68 degrees at Sky Harbor right now. That's about 5 degrees warmer than this time yesterday morning. Dew points at 43, relative humidity 40%. The winds are light and the barometer is rising. Across the metro this morning, boy, look at these temperatures. 75 at Litchfield Park. They were in the upper 50s at this time yesterday morning. Many spots in the valley in the low to mid 70s. That's because we've had some north to northeasterly downsloping winds overnight. And downsloping wind, as air is forced down the mountains, it's compressed, it warms. So that is why temperatures are almost 20 degrees warmer in some spots around southern Arizona this morning. But not everybody is that way. The topographical features of the valley, very interesting that way. Some areas sheltered from that, like the Southeast Valley. Gilbert's at 62, Queen Creek 63, Chandler at 64 this morning. So quite a temperature gradient out there. Satellite's pretty quiet, just a few clouds in southeast Arizona this morning. Radar is also quiet. And on the watch warning map, we have some wind advisories out toward the Colorado River. It'll be breezy here today, but I don't think we'll reach wind advisory criteria. Heat advisories for Southern California all the way up towards some of the central and northern valleys. Temperatures even toward the coastal areas around San Diego and Los Angeles today and tomorrow may very well hit 100 degrees. Flash flood watches for portions of West Texas, as well as areas where they really don't need the rain, and that's southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, and into Wisconsin. Wind advisories in the Dakotas, and some frost and freeze advisories for portions of upstate New York into New England. The convective outlook for today, we've got a marginal risk of severe weather extending from Chicago up toward Milwaukee. Tomorrow, there's a marginal risk from about Charleston, West Virginia, over toward Pittsburgh. As for our weather, we'll take a look at the tropics in the East Pacific, as this could be relevant for the next few days around here. We've got an area of disturbed weather well to the southwest of Baja this morning. The National Hurricane Center says this has an 80% chance of developing into a tropical system. As it does, it will be moving to the north, and this could start injecting moisture into the southwest states as we go through time. However, that's still a big question mark. The models have been very inconsistent on this. Nonetheless, it bears watching, so we'll keep an eye on it through the next few days. Speaking of the forecast, let's get into it. Here we go. The models, the 06E GFS, valid at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time today. Got that upper low to our south, spinning across northern Mexico. For now, that's just going to provide a pretty dry, subsident, downsloping, northeasterly wind over the deserts. And that means warmer temperatures for us today. Mostly sunny skies, highs peaking up into the mid-90s. We'll be around 96 today. And no rain chances here. However, as we go through the afternoon hours, winds aloft start to veer more toward the east and southeast, so we start bringing in moisture to the eastern portions of Arizona. And isolated showers and thunderstorms certainly possible out that way, towards Safford, maybe St. John's, or down toward Douglas and Sierra Vista. By tomorrow, winds aloft turn more broadly east and southeasterly over much of the state, so we draw in quite a bit more tropical moisture. Clouds will be on the increase. We'll call it partly cloudy tomorrow. High temperatures will back off a few degrees. We'll be in the low 90s. Humidity levels will be coming up, and we'll introduce slight chances of showers and thunderstorms. But again, it's just a 10% chance here in the valley. The better chances will again be over the favored areas of eastern Arizona. If we do see any precipitation, not talking about a big deluge by any means. On Tuesday, the low continues to spin out there. South to southeasterly flow continues, and we'll call it partly sunny for Tuesday, as more clouds will be in the mix. High temperatures backing off a little bit more, upper 80s to low 90s. Humidity levels should be relatively high. And we'll have a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Not a great chance, but certainly better than what we have on Monday. P-watt values increasing a bit, but not overly impressive. This is not going to be a system that generates incredible tropical moisture, at least not right now. The richer moisture is well to our southwest across northern Mexico and southeast California. On Wednesday, the low starts to lift to the north. The flow aloft is southerly at that point, starting to veer toward the southwest through the day. That is not necessarily a favorable direction for bringing thunderstorms into the valley. Still, we'll call it partly sunny with a 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms, highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. And the better chances for rain will once again be confined to northern and eastern Arizona, as well as heading up toward the Las Vegas area, maybe the mountains, Lincoln County, maybe the Spring Mountains in southern Nevada. PWAT values will still be relatively high, 1.2 to 1.3 inches. This is not excessive by any means. This is not even all that impressive, but certainly something that bears watching, and we have to at least give a nod to a slight chance of rain in this scenario. By Thursday, we continue with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. The models try to inject more moisture into the southwest from that tropical system down there, but right now, not really ready to buy into that. So we'll start a drying trend, especially for southeast California and southwest Arizona. High temps will once again be in the low 90s. Low temperatures during this entire period will be warmer, mid-60s to mid-70s with the higher humidity values. By Friday, much drier air comes in on the strength of westerly flow aloft over Arizona, so any chances for precipitation will be confined to the far eastern parts of the state. All right, here we go with the QPF through the week. We would be mostly dry in this scenario, maybe a few hundredths of an inch, maybe a tenth of an inch. You see nothing on here for us, but, the precipitation distribution never quite works out this way, but the general idea is not a whole lot of rain to talk about. This is not going to be a deluge of an event. Now, things can change. Maybe more tropical moisture comes on in, but for now, we are looking at a small chance of seeing measurable rain here in the valley through the week, with better chances in the mountains north and east of Phoenix, maybe into southern Nevada. All right, by Saturday, drier air continues to flow on in. We'd be mostly sunny, highs low to mid-90s, lows mid-60s to mid-70s. Here's a week from today, Sunday, October 2nd. We've got a trough digging into the Pacific Northwest. Continued dry weather here. Temperatures may start to back off just a tad into the upper 80s and low 90s. The elephant in the room, obviously, is the tropical system over the Western Caribbean that will be watched. Understand that this has not even developed yet as of today, but if it should, it would get the name Matthew, and that would be somewhere near Cuba at this point. Here we go toward Monday, October 3rd, and Matthew continues to move to the northwest or west and heads toward Cuba, and at this point, South Florida would have to be on alert for this system. This is the end of the forecast period, October the 4th, and pretty good trough heading toward the Central Plains. We would be dry, and the tropical system would be approaching South Florida at this point, moving very slowly as it does. And if we go off into the land of make-believe even further, this is Wednesday, October 5th, Matthew over South Florida, and it would be pretty treacherous conditions down there if this were to pan out in this fashion. But understand, once again, now we're talking 11 and 12 days out. This system has not even developed yet in the Atlantic. So we don't want to get too concerned about it, but the GFS has shown very good run-to-run consistency in advertising this feature, so it definitely bears watching. Further on ahead toward Thursday of that week and Friday, Matthew continues to move across Florida, then eventually toward the north into the Carolinas, and plenty of moisture for the east coast of the United States. Could be a big nightmare out that way. But again, lots of time to watch that develop. For us, temperatures, we're going to be pretty warm today. Then we'll back it off down into the 80s as we go into the early and middle part of the upcoming week. And temperatures more or less near to below normal through the rest of the period. And low temperatures coming down once again as we head into October with drier air as another trough moves on by. That's a look at the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Our next video posted tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for watching. See you then. Have a great Sunday.